killer left a message.
It's for us. The text is about us.
Choosing the right weapon can be the difference between life and death in Alan Wake 2, since you have such limited inventory space and won't be able to bring them all with you. Upgrade materials are limited, and choosing to upgrade one weapon over another might put you in a bad position later if you end up finding something more powerful but underleveled later down the line. There are 8 weapons in total that can be unlocked in Alan Wake 2, 5 for Saga and 3 for Alan, but not all of them are created equally. While you can certainly make it through the game with just these starting sidearms, you're going to want to pack a little bit more heat if you want to start cutting through the Taken as they get more and more powerful. Here are all 8 weapons in Alan Wake 2 ranked from worst to best. If we did your favorite weapon dirty, make sure to let me know in the comments down below, but do remember that this list is totally subjective, so you're welcome to disagree. Number 8. Alan's Revolver. Pros: does reliable damage, the weapon is small, ammo is super common to come by. Cons: low damage output. Alan's section of the game focuses less on combat and more on the mind-bending story and puzzles that are a staple of the Dark Place. Because of the de-emphasis on combat, the revolver is just sort of the bread and butter of Alan's arsenal. If you can land headshots consistently, it's an okay weapon, but if that's not your forte, you'll need to empty an entire clip for a single non-elite enemy to take them down. The revolver is best used as a backup option for when you're completely out of ammo with your bigger guns. Number 7. Saga's Crossbow. Pros: solid upgrade options, decent damage, and deadly headshots. Cons: slow reload speed that completely stops you in your tracks. Without upgrades, Saga's Crossbow can only fire one shot before needing to reload. Considering the downright glacial reload animation Saga is forced to go through, it puts her in an extremely vulnerable position that enemies can easily take advantage of. Fortunately, you can upgrade the crossbow from the Mind Place to get 2 shots instead of 1, but even with that, the crossbow is only useful when picking off individual enemies from a distance or getting a few high damage shots in at the start of a boss fight before switching to something else that doesn't have the awful reload animation. It's a great option if you can consistently land headshots, since a single hit is usually guaranteed to take out most common enemies, but if not, there are better options to rely on. Number 6. Saga's Pistol. Pros: easy to find a lot of ammo, 12 shots in each magazine, solid upgrades. Cons: extremely low damage output, requires a lot of ammo to be truly useful. What Saga's Pistol lacks in firepower, it makes up for in sheer ammo capacity and decent upgrades. If you're willing to spend a few manuscript fragments to make the pistol more viable, you can make it into something a little bit more worthwhile. The best upgrade, more bullets, increases the magazine capacity by 50%, which allows you to start chewing through more enemies without needing to reload as often, which will be a big help since it can take quite a few hits to actually take down one of the Taken. Number 5. Saga's Hunting Rifle. Pros: incredible stopping power and a large magazine size. Cons: slow rate of fire. Like the crossbow, the hunting rifle struggles a little bit with its rate of fire. While it doesn't require you to fully stop moving to reload in between each shot, in its default state, it's really only useful at extremely long range. What makes it better than the crossbow is its upgrades. Feedback Loop is an upgrade that's a must-have, since it makes it so that landing consecutive hits on enemies allows you to fire again immediately, which can be pivotal for taking down bosses quickly. The Way Home is another excellent upgrade, since it allows you to shoot through the darkness that surrounds the Taken without needing to burn it away first with the flashlight. Number 4. Alan's Double Barrel Shotgun. Pros: big payoff for close range hits, useful in nearly every combat encounter. Cons: only 2 shots available before needing to reload. Although the double barrel shotgun becomes available fairly late into Alan's story, there are plenty of opportunities to make it useful, since the truly threatening enemies only start appearing in the later stages of the game in Alan's sections. The damage it can do at close range is devastating and can quickly be used to reduce a boss's health pool. The shots also have a slight spread, allowing Alan to hit multiple enemies with one pull of the trigger if he positions himself correctly, which can receive upgraded damage if you spec into it in the writer's room. Number 3. Saga's Sawed-Off Shotgun. Pros: stops Taken in their tracks, high damage output. Cons: only suitable in very close range. The sawed-off shotgun can be unlocked right from the start of the game, allowing Saga to get tons of use of it throughout her investigation. It's an excellent weapon without upgrades and a downright monster with them. Because most enemy encounters happen at relatively close range, the sawed-off shotgun is useful throughout most of Alan Wake 2's story, and the ready for more upgrade is essential, especially in the harder difficulties, since it restores a portion of Saga's health when she kills an enemy with the shotgun. The shotgun packs a punch as well, and can easily stun Taken, allowing you to get another shot in to put them down. Number 2. Saga's Pump Action Shotgun. Pros: 6 shots before reloading, massive stopping power. Cons: doesn't have the same excellent upgrades as the sawed-off shotgun. In terms of its rate of fire and damage output, the pump-action shotgun is a big upgrade from the sawed-off variant, dealing nearly the same amount of damage as the other shotgun, but with a full 6-bullet magazine. It's a menace at close range. The only downside to the pump-action shotgun is that it doesn't have the same excellent upgrades as the sawed-off one. The faster and faster upgrade is still useful since it drastically increases the rate of fire, but nothing comes close to the way that the sawed-off shotgun heals Saga on kills. That said, the damage output and size of the pump-action's magazine makes it a solid step up. Number 1. Allen's Flare Gun. Pros: massive area of effect damage, one-shots most regular enemies, cuts through darkness. Cons: only one shot before reloading, ammo takes up a lot of inventory slots. The flare gun is a fantastic weapon for Allen because it totally changes the way that he can approach fights, primarily because of the flare gun's area of effect damage. Anytime you get a shot off with the flare gun, not only does it deal massive damage at the point of impact, but it also stuns nearby targets and removes the darkness that shields them, saving you precious batteries. Keeping it in your inventory means that instead of picking off targets one by one with the revolver or shotgun, Allen can now lure enemies into groups and fire a single shot with the flare gun to devastate them all. The only downside is that you'll need to reload it between every shot, but that shouldn't matter much since each shot you get off will devastate an entire room full of Taken. And that's our ranking of all of the weapons in Alan Wake 2. If you think we've got something ranked criminally low, make sure to let me know in the comments down below. While you're down there, remember to like this video, subscribe to DualShockers, and click the bell icon to be notified whenever we post more Alan Wake content.